to the Talentrix channel. Talentrix, we driven to explore talents from students in podcast industry. Do listen our audio-visual blogs in Kannada, English and in Hindi. Do subscribe and press the bell button for regular updates. Dear friends, today's topic is water pollution. Water pollution occurs when harmful substances, often chemicals or microorganisms, contaminate a stream, river, lake, ocean, aquifer, or other body of water, degrading water quality and rendering it toxic to humans or the environment. This widespread problem of water pollution is jeopardizing our health. Now, let me see what information Preksha shares about water pollution in today's video.
Hello everyone, I am Preksha from Govt Adarsha Vidyalaya, Dharwad. Let me ask you all a question. What is one of the most important needs of our life? Yes, it is water. Water is such a factor of life which we cannot live without. We use water for many activities like drinking, washing, for plants, in production and many more. So, water plays an important role in our lives. We get water by rain and water bodies and water reservoirs. But these days, water has been polluted. Wait, so what is pollution? Water pollution is the contamination of water bodies, usually as a result of human activities, so that it negatively affects its uses. Water bodies include lakes, rivers, oceans, aquifers, reservoirs, and groundwater. Results when contaminants mix with these water bodies. This widespread problem of water pollution is jeopardizing our health. Unsafe water kills more people each year than war and all other violence. Meanwhile, our drinkable water sources are finite. Less than 1% of the Earth's fresh water is actually accessible to us. Without action, the challenges will only increase by 2050, when global demand for fresh water is expected to be 1/3 greater than it is now. What are the causes of water pollution? Water is uniquely vulnerable to pollution, known as a universal solvent. Water is able to dissolve more substances than any other liquid on earth. It's the reason why we have cool air and brilliant blue waterfalls. It's also why water is so easily polluted. Toxic substances from farms, towns, factories readily dissolve into and mix with it, causing water pollution. Here are some of the major sources of water pollution worldwide. The first one is agricultural. Not only is the agricultural sector the biggest consumer of global freshwater resources, with farming and livestock production using about 70% of the Earth's surface water supplies, but it's also a serious water polluter. Around the world, agriculture is the leading cause of water degradation. In the United States, agricultural pollution is the top source of contamination in rivers and streams, the second biggest source in wetlands, and the third main source in lakes. It's also a major contributor of contamination to estuaries and groundwater. Every time it rains, fertilizers, pesticides, and animal waste from farms and livestock operations wash nutrients and pathogens such as bacteria and viruses into our waterways. Nutrient pollution caused by excess nitrogen and phosphorus in water or air is the number one threat to water quality worldwide and can cause algal blooms, a toxic soup of blue-green algae that can be harmful to people and wildlife. Second one is sewage and wastewater. Used water is wastewater. It comes from our sinks, showers and toilets, and from commercial, industrial and agricultural activities like metals, solvents and toxic sludge. The term also includes stormwater runoff, which occurs when rainfall carries road salts, oil, grease, chemicals and debris from impermeable surfaces into our waterways. More than 80% of world's waste water flows back into the environment without being treated or rescued, reused, or according to the United Nations. In some least developed countries, the figure tops 95%. Wastewater treatment facilities process about 34 billion gallons of wastewater per day. These facilities reduce the amount of pollutant such as pathogens, phosphorus, and nitrogen in sewage, as well as heavy metals and toxic chemicals in industrial waste before discharging the treated waters back into waterways. That's when all goes well. But according to EPA estimates, our nation's aging and easily overwhelmed sewage treatment system also release more than 850 billion gallons of untreated wastewater each year. Next is oil pollution. Big spills may dominate headlines, but consumers account of the vast majority of pollution in our seas, including oil and gasoline that drips from millions of cars and trucks every day. Moreover, nearly half of the estimated 1 million tons of the oil that makes its way into marine environments each year comes not from tanker spills but from land-based sources such as factories, farms and cities. At sea, tanker spills account for about 10% of oil in waters around the world, while regular operations of the shipping industry through both legal and illegal discharges are contributed about 1/3. Oil is also naturally released from under the ocean floor through fractures known as seeps. Categories of water pollution. To address water pollution and protect water, we need to understand where the pollution is coming from. Point source or non-point source and other type of water body, it's impacting groundwater surface or ocean water. Water pollution affects human health, environment and marine life. So, it is always better to take precautions than cure. What can you do to prevent water pollution? There are some simple ways to prevent water pollution. Reducing plastic consumption and reuse or recycle plastic when you can. Properly dispose of chemical cleaners, oils and non-biodegradable items to keep them from going down to the drain. Maintain your car so it doesn't leak oil, antifreeze or coolant. Don't flush your old medications. If you have a yard, consider landscaping that it reduces runoff and avoid applying pesticides and herbicides. And at last, be mindful of anything you pour into storm sewers, since that waste won't often be treated before being released into waterways. So, here it ends the talk about pollution. Let's save our water and our earth. By these words, I'd like to conclude my speech. Thank you.
My dear friends, I hope you all liked today's video. Then see you again in the next video with another new topic. Thank you. For more updates, do visit www.talentrix.co.in.